Ever wonder how to get packed up and moved for an overseas tour? Well, follow me. I'm going to show you two different moves we've gone through so far, which was non-temporary storage, and then I'm going to show you the household goods move. And I'm also going to explain the do's and don'ts of moving. Come with me. Let me show you. Good morning. So it is the morning of our first of 3 pack-outs or moves, shall we say. In the military, they do 3 different, you can do up to 3 moves. So you can put, when we're moving overseas, you can put stuff in non-temporary storage, which is storage that they'll pay for, and they'll be there for the length of the time that we're overseas. And then there's also something called unaccompanied bags, which is stuff that we want when we first get to Japan. So it gets expedited, still like 30, 40 days. Anywho, and the last one is called household goods, and that one is when they actually come and pack up everything that we need to live in Japan. So let me show you what we're taking, what we're putting in storage. We started off with a little pile and has grown and grown and grown. So I don't know, let me show you. So we're putting this entertainment center in it. Not so much because I want to keep it, but because we couldn't sell it. And it's really good quality, so yeah, we're gonna put that in there. And then all these right here are books. Books, and more books. All right, let me take you upstairs to show you what we're putting in. All right, so we're also gonna put this day bed in here because, again, we weren't able to sell it. And it might come in handy if we ever come back to the States. All the non-temporary storage stuff. And it's funny because if you look back on the floor, you see that like bluish blanket? That's about where it started. And it has grown drastically. Because when you think about it, that's all the stuff we have in here pretty much, including this bookshelf, are things that, you know, have meaning to us that we don't need to take to Japan. However, we're not quite ready to let go. So, yeah. All right, y'all. So it begins. The boxes are here. And they got this moving truck out here. So this is where the storage is they're gonna take our stuff to storage. Let's do it. So 3 hours later, and everything is boxed up, packed up, ready to roll. Temporary storage. All right, so we're about to go clear out our guest room of everything so we can make that the spot where we put everything that we don't want moved. So on Monday, the movers will be coming and taking all of our household good stuff. So we're gonna put everything in that one room that we don't want moved so nothing accidentally gets taken that we don't want taken. So let's do it. All right, y'all. So as you can see, the room and probably hear with the echoing is cleared. So now I'm getting ready to use one half to put all the stuff that we're going to take to the Airbnb and straight to Japan in our luggage. And then I'm going to take the other half of the wall and make it for unaccompanied bags. So hopefully it'll beat us there so we can have some of our things when we first get there. All right, let's do it. So it is the day before household goods comes to begin packing up our house. And let me tell you, of this move, this has been the toughest part thus far. Because one, I have crap all over my house, which is not how I live. I like my things to be organized and put in their places. And two, we're gonna be living out of suitcases for the next month, 2 months. So trying to figure out what to pack and put in those couple of suitcases that we can actually take on the plane and have with us, and have at the Airbnb, which we'll have here in the States, and then have at the hotel when we get to Japan, and then have at our new house when we get to Japan until our household goods gets there, is a process. Like, oh, yeah, it's just, I don't know, y'all. I'm struggling. Let me show you what I have so far. Let me show you what things are kind of looking like in the house. And it is not pretty. It is not how I normally live. So note that, okay? Let me show you. So yeah, this is the loft currently. Not pretty by no means. It's just stuff everywhere. And then it's more of the loft. And in here, y'all, this is my biggest pain point. Look at my bedroom. Oh, anywho. So we've started packing. This stuff right here is all my stuff I still need to continue to pack. Then it's my husband's stuff he started to pack. And here's another suitcase that I get to pack. So wish me luck, y'all. Like, this has just been a process like no other. My last meal in the house. It's 9 o'clock Monday morning, and the packers are here and they're about to begin the process. Let's see how long it takes to pack. It is day 2 of packing, and they're actually going to start loading the crates and putting them on the truck today. Yesterday went fine, uneventful. There was a team of 3, 2 ladies and a gentleman, and they were all very respectful, and they was on their A game, and they was doing their thing. So they got pretty much most of the house packed up. Today they finished, and then they started to take our stuff away. Japan is getting closer and closer. Yeah, I don't know. I'll let you know everything that we weren't able to take in a little bit after I find out everything we weren't able to take, so that if you are going through this move or you have one upcoming, you'll kind of have an idea of the do's and don'ts and what you should and shouldn't try to pack. All right, off to day 2. All right, y'all, so day 2 is done. We got a whole bunch of stuff left. This is the primary bedroom. It is empty, y'all. Empty. Bathroom's empty. This is the loft. Almost done. Still gotta take apart Naya's bed. But other than that, it is gone. Then, of course, I told y'all the guest room, that's what we're living out of right now. So, that's scary. Anyhow, this is the hallway bathroom, and it is done, son. And then, let's see what they done with this laundry room. They still didn't take the stuff out of this laundry room. Guess we'll remind them tomorrow. There's all that's left of the bed in here. And the closet is empty except for that filter. Let me show y'all downstairs. Alright, so let's go see how it looks down here. What's that, Nolly? What's that? Huh? What's that? Alright. Look at all these boxes, y'all. Oh my gosh. And then this was the dining room. Nothing but a vacuum. And then thankfully left us a chair and something to sit on. And a little piece of a couch. No TV though, but anyway. And this is the kitchen, y'all. So tomorrow is it. Tomorrow is the big day when they take it off.
Today, we're gonna be basically against the motherfucking speed trap. Are you ready?
Like, who does that? You got 14 miles per hour.
14 miles per hour, I'm a motherfucking horse. Stop playing.
Done. Alright, y'all. Last full day here in our backyard oasis. You gonna miss it, Nala? Alright, y'all, this is the truck's about to leave. Got all our stuff in it. About to take it and put it on the water somewhere, and then it's gonna end up in Japan in a couple months. Alright, y'all. It's empty. Nolly, where's all of our things? Look at them pretty floors. I just said look at the pretty floors and you say they disgusting all at the same time. Like, who do that? Who do that? What?
This house is disgusting, man.
Ruben,
I'm sure 600 is enough.
I'm recording. You gonna keep running your mouth?
Hello.
That's our room. We gotta clear everything out of there. Get the stuff out of the laundry room. Oh my gosh. This is what I deal with. A ball of gas. You do know I was recording because I just told you I was recording. I was excited. She's excited. Look at her go. Ooh, careful. You like all the space, don't you? Get her, Nala. What were you saying?
This is my last night here ever.
Ever and ever. So if we gift you this house later in life, you're never coming back? You don't want it?
Throw this piece of crap in the trash.
Throw the piece of crap in the trash. Y'all hear that, right? So when we take her out the will, we got proof that she don't want it.
Don't do that.
Why not? You just say you don't want it.
I want it.
What do you have to say, Ruben?
You don't gotta say nothing.
Yeah, so it is Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, and the last official day in our house. It's getting real, and it's almost surreal, right? Like right now my house is empty, as you saw, like hardly nothing is in it. And yeah, we've been here over 10 years, so it's bittersweet. I'm definitely excited to be moving to Japan and taking on this next chapter of life, and we have a lot of memories in this house. So yeah, I'm just sitting out in the back. I'm sitting on the ground because we don't have any chairs. And just taking in this beautiful sun, this backyard, and just taking everything in and just living in the moment and cherishing the moment. So this is how we're spending the last night at the house. We're sleeping on an air mattress. And what we did was we had some covers that we didn't use anymore, so we just kept those back instead of like getting rid of those. So we can get rid of that one. The sheets we'll wash, and then we're gonna put them in unaccompanied bags, which will go out on Monday. So yeah, this is it. All right, world, this is it. We're leaving. Look at the camera.
Goodbye.
All right, so there are several different things I would recommend as far as getting ready and prepared for your move. First things first, start early. As soon as you find out you're moving overseas, get the process started. And all the steps on what to do to get ready for the move should be in the military members' orders. And I will tell you from a spouse's perspective, one of the things that I helped with was there's a website where you have to, the military member has to log in, create a log in, and then that's where you actually go through and you can schedule the 3 different types of moves that we were offered when going overseas. So just a quick reminder, there's the non-temporary storage. That's the things that stay in storage for the amount of time you are overseas. Then there's the unaccompanied bags, is when they come and they take your things and they send them expedited to your overseas duty station. Last one is called household goods. They come and pack up the majority of your house and everything that you're gonna need when you actually get to Japan. And that one can take a little bit longer, or overseas, wherever you're going. So that one takes, I wanna say, almost like 2 months. So the earlier you can get that done, the better. And so some tips for the actual moving. So for non-temporary storage, what we did was we picked 2 locations in the house and put everything to go for non-temporary storage. And we scheduled that one first. So non-temporary storage came first, moved the different items we wanted moved, and then we scheduled household goods. And we did that intentionally, and I would recommend you do that as well, because I didn't want anything from non-temporary storage to accidentally end up in household goods. So I would highly recommend scheduling your non-temporary storage first if you have anything you want to go to storage, because when they come to pack your house, they coming to pack your house. The whole thing, everything. So get as much out of the house as possible. And the other thing I would recommend, so after non-temporary storage was household goods. And that for us, for the size of house we had and the things we had, it was 3 days. So as you saw, the first day was straight packing. It just came and packed up as much as they could, boxed everything up. And then day 2 was boxing and getting crates ready. And then day 3, they did the rest of it. Everything else went into the crates that'll actually be shipped overseas. So what worked out the best for us is we had a guest room that had some items in it that we wanted to go with household goods. However, we took everything out of that guest room, as you saw, so that we could have one spot in the house where everything would be that they didn't have to touch. And it had a door so we could close it. And it was nice because it's actually where we spent most of the days, because we didn't want to be in their way. So there was 3 people actually moving our house at one time. Then at one point, when they were actually moving the stuff into the truck, there was like 6 people up and down and in the rooms and doing all this fun stuff. So highly recommend, if you can, have a space where you can put all the items that you do not want packed, whether that's items you want to go to unaccompanied bags, or whether that's items you're going to need to live and you're going to pack and actually put in your suitcase when you go to Japan. And that's the other thing. So what we also did was we decided to rent our house. And we decided to rent it a month before we actually had to leave. That way we could have that process done. So we have a month's worth of things that we had to pack. So again, and we also have a dog. So our room, the guest room, as you saw, had a lot of different things in it. And that worked out perfect for us because we weren't in their way. And then the other thing is they were nice and they left the TV for us because they started on a Monday and it was Monday Night Football. So they left our TV because we asked. And then they also left our beds for the last day. We were able to sleep in our beds for Monday and Tuesday when they moved, and then Wednesday night was our last day in the house, and we were slept in the air mattress. So yeah. And then the other thing, let's see, before they get there, take everything off the walls, all pictures, anything you want to take, all mirrors off the wall. As far as TVs, same thing. If they're mounted, take them off the mounts. Empty all trash cans. Make sure all laundry and everything is clean and ready to go. Clearly mark any area or anything you don't want packed. Another thing that I forgot to include in the video is in our kitchen, there was a cabinet where I was putting everything that we were going to have for the new tenants, different things that they might need. I put a sticky right on that cabinet that said, please do not pack. And we talked about it beforehand too. So they remembered, don't touch this cabinet, because I'm telling y'all, when they come to pack, they're packing everything from your trash cans to your carpets to everything. Now, speaking of packing, there are several items that they do not take. And I was kind of surprised at what they were. So they took all of our spices, which I was surprised. They took almost everything out the pantry that was not open. Anything open, they're not taking, obviously, because you're, now, let me rewind that. Our spices were open. However, the containers could close and twist, so they took those. But anything else that was open in the pantry or what have you, they did not take. And a lot of the cleaning supplies, they did not take. Anything aerosol is a no-go. And then like the Swiffer, we have Swiffer, and it was like a, liquid Swiffer bottle, and they wouldn't take that for whatever reason. So be mindful of that. And again, they won't take it. So you don't got to worry about it. If you forget what they will and won't take, they'll put it on the counter or they'll leave it in the cabinet and you'll go back and look and be like, oh yeah, they didn't take that. They also we had spaghetti sauce in there. That was glass. They didn't take that obviously because you don't want it to break and spilling your things. And light bulbs too. There's some light bulbs they'll take and some they won't. And it also depends where you're going overseas because different countries have different restrictions. So when it's your turn to get your house packed out, if that's what you're doing, just talk to your movers. The ones we had were very helpful and they informed us of the do's and don'ts. And again, anything they couldn't take, they just didn't take it. So we just had to figure out something to do with it after they left. Another thing that I would highly recommend is when you're planning early, start a to-do list. So what my husband and I did was we used our notes in our Apple phones and we created a notes for the Japan move. And in there, we put everything that we need to make sure we got done. And we put it with check boxes or what have you, so you could check it off. And we shared it with each other. So as we continue to go through this process of moving, we were able to check off things. And let me tell you, it was a lifesaver because there were things that when we first found out we were moving, we wanted to get done, things move forward. I forgot about some of those things. So I was able to go back at that list and be like, oh yeah, we still got to fix this. Oh, we still got to make sure this is good to go and what have you. So I would highly recommend some type of to-do list as you go through this process, y'all, because I'm telling you, it is such a process and it can be done successfully because we did. We really did. We didn't have any major issues or anything like that with the pack out and things like that. So again, get your to-do list, make it work for you, right? If it's pencil paper, make it pencil paper. It doesn't matter how you do it. Just have some type of way to keep track of everything that needs to get done. The other checklist that we started was the list of stuff that we wanted to go in non-temporary storage. Then there was a list of things that we wanted to go in unaccompanied bags. And then everything else went in household goods. And again, that was very helpful because when you're in the midst of doing it, you're bound to forget something, right? And again, it's not the end of the world if you forget something, because obviously, like I say, if we sent something and we didn't want it, if it was something not important, we could always buy it, right? However, it just takes a lot of the load off of you if you're able to sit down and make checklists. And here's the thing, it wasn't a one-stop shop, right? As things came up and as we thought of other things we wanted to put in unaccompanied bags or we wanted to put in non-temporary storage, we just added it to the list. So that's what worked for us. I would highly encourage you to try something like that if you're getting ready for a move. And even if it's not overseas, right? Even if it's in the States or what have you, get in the habit of making to-do lists to keep yourself organized. And it will greatly help you and it will save you time. It will save you stress. It will save you tears. It will save you frustration between you and your spouse, because I don't know about y'all, but moving, yeah, it tests relationships, right? Because it's just so many moving parts, and especially moving overseas, it's just been, it's a lot. So having those things in place and having being organized really truly has helped us make this move successful and run smoothly. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you have questions about a move, please put them in the comments. Don't hesitate to ask. The reason I want to start this channel and continue to share our journey with you is to help you. I know as we were going through this move, I YouTubed so many different videos because although everything's in the service members' orders, it's not cut and dry, right? There's so many different steps in the move. And I will make another video that kind of shows everything that we had to go through. But for this one, I just want to share with you the specifics of the actual getting things ready for the 3 different moves that we have. And that's it. And if you haven't, go ahead and hit subscribe, because I'm going to keep you informed of everything we're doing along the way as we continue this move. And if you want to see future videos about our move and then when we get to Japan and beyond, go ahead and hit subscribe so you get notified every time I post, and hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Until next time, be well.